Yo, ho, ho, ho. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and it is our BrickWall Christmas month / BrickWall holiday, BrickWall Christmas / BrickWall holiday month. During the month of December, I always talk about holiday movies, as well as for the BrickWall Christmas side of things. I always pick 4 specials to talk about that I grew up with, that I have a lot of nostalgia for, all that good stuff. And right now, I'm here to talk to y'all about a special that I really kind of forgot about, but I'm glad that I remembered it. It's the Rugrats Christmas special, the first one, season 2, episode 14, called The Santa Experience. Before I get into it, remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you already subscribed. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok as well, where there will be all other BrickWall holiday reviews over there, as well as on the Instagram channel, here on YouTube. So you got a lot of options. Just make sure you follow us. And y'all like the little tie here I got going on here? Y'all like this? Y'all like it? I might take it off, but y'all like it? I like it. But anyway, so jumping into this, like I said already, this is the 14th episode of the second season of Rugrats. For those of you who don't know, for some reason, Rugrats is a series that follows a group of babies, Tommy, Chucky, Phil, Lil, and Angelica, as they go through various adventures, unbeknownst to their parents, most of the time. And it's pretty much just a show that tells that pretty much shows the world from the perspective of not just babies, but young kids. I remember being a kid watching this show, and I always felt like this was very relatable because these were kid issues just put on a large scale. And a lot of shows from when I was growing up kind of do that. You had Kids Next Door, you had, like I said, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, things that are focused on kids being kids and going through different situations. Sometimes you learn something, sometimes you figure out how to deal with the problem in your own real life from watching some of these shows. So it's very interesting, these shows back then, and that's why they have such a nostalgic place in so many people's heart. I know it was a little bit of a tangent, but that's just to give you a bit of background on why these shows are important and what the show's about. So this episode in particular, it focuses on a lot of different plots in this episode. Actually, I didn't even know it's a 2-parter, which I think is the first 2-parter of the series. I could be wrong, but I think it's the first 2-parter. And so this follows, like I said already, it follows a bunch of different plots. First you have Angelica, who is trying to figure out if she's actually going to be on the nice or the naughty list. You have the grown-ups who are trying to, specifically Chaz, who is Chucky's dad, and what is his name? Drew, who is Angelica's dad, pretty much trying to figure out how they can bring the Christmas spirit back to their kids. Drew wants Angelica to believe in Santa. We'll talk more about that. And Chaz wants Chucky to actually just experience Christmas and have that whole Santa experience, name of the episode. Meanwhile, Chucky and Tommy, they have their subplot, which Tommy is trying to prove to Chucky that Santa is not scary. Excuse me. Meanwhile, Chucky is like terrified of Santa, so that's their plot right there. And finally, you have Phil and Lil, who are going through that classic story during the holidays where it's like, oh, I bought you your favorite phone case for your phone. Oh, but in order to get that, I had to give away my phone. Oh, I bought your favorite stuffed animal for your bed, but in order to have that, that whole thing, you guys know what I'm talking about. It happened in the Sesame Street special I talked about a while ago, and I guarantee you this exact plot is going to come up in future installments of BrickWall Christmas. I can guarantee you I got one on my mind that I know I have to touch next year. And why next year? You'll see. But because basically every year I do one Nickelodeon, one Cartoon Network, one Disney, and one adult animated series for holiday specials that I was nostalgic for. So that's how I do it. So this is the Nickelodeon one, and I already have next year's Nickelodeon one right on my brain. And I guarantee you the plot is going to be the same thing as the Phil and Lil plot and as the Ernie and Bert plot. And if you know anything about those plots in the Christmas specials, you know exactly Christmas special I'm going to talk about next year. So teaser. Anyway. So getting into this episode, I haven't seen this episode in a long time, but I remember mostly the part where they got to the cabin. But one of the first things I noticed about this episode that kind of made me realize I hadn't seen this in a long time is that the intro, the theme song for this episode was like super different. Like it was Christmas themed. And I didn't know that. I don't think I ever seen like the theme song play for this. Like I wasn't actively watching, like I don't ever remember like watching brand new Rugrats episodes as they aired. I don't really remember that. But you can see that this was an event because they had the whole new theme song music in the background and everything. Not the visuals. The visuals were the same, just the theme music was different. So like I said, this episode starts off at a mall. Of course, a lot of these Christmas specials start off at malls where you're gonna go see Santa sit on his lap, tell him everything you want for Christmas. So it comes to Angelica doing that, and Angelica is like, Angelica, for those of you who don't know, in the Rugrats lore, she is the mean, bossy, sometimes the antagonist of the entire Rugrats series, but she's also Tommy's cousin. So she kind of walks that line of like Helga, right? Helga can be an antagonist, or she can be part of the protagonist. She could be an antagonist, or she can be a protagonist. To be a bad guy or a good guy is what I'm saying. So Angelica's like going off this list of things that she wants for Christmas from Santa. She's telling him. Of course, it's a mall Santa, so it's not real. But that soon becomes evident to Angelica, who once she discovers that mall Santa is fake, she just goes on an entire tirade. Oh, that Santa's not real. That's a fake Santa. Never mind. I'm not gonna say I'm about to say something wild, but kill him, burn him. Christmas is canceled because this is not a real Santa. Like she kind of does that whole thing. And as a result, the store kind of spoils her with a bunch of stuff, right? So at the same time that Angelica's on this tirade about Santa, Tommy and Chucky are also in line to see Santa, and Chucky's like, yo, I don't know what you heard about this Santa, but I heard this Joker be like watching you all the time. He always breaking in your house. He always like coming in with a big old bag. Nobody know what's in that bag. Like, come on, Tommy, you got to see this, man. It's dangerous. And for those of you who are not familiar with Rugrats, again, Chucky is the scaredy cat of the group. He's like the coward. He's always like afraid of something. And oftentimes when they have a plan or when the babies are doing something, they always got to kind of talk Chucky into it, or help Chucky get over a fear. So Tommy's like, yo, Chucky, dog, you got the whole story kind of mixed up. Like Santa brings presents. He's a jolly. He's good because he's fat and jolly. Come on, like what are you talking about? So he's like, yo, Chucky, you got to get over this, man. So when they get back home, Angelica has that box of toys that she got from the store, and she's like, yo, it's a bunch of bullshit in here. What am I supposed to do with this? And she sees Phil, who is Lil's sister. So Phil and Lil, they're twins. Phil is the boy twin. Lil is the girl twin. So Phil's like, yeah, man, I don't know what to get my sister Lil for Christmas. I don't like, what am I gonna get her? So Angelica has a box of crayons inside this box she got from the store. So she's like, hey, why don't you get her some crayons for a coloring book? He's like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I can't afford no damn crayons. Angelica's like, yeah, just take these crayons I got. So she gives the crayons to Phil, and Phil trades her something for the crayons. Of course, it doesn't come free. He trades her something for the crayons, which I'll reveal later. So then Angelica hatches up the scheme to do the same thing to Lil. So she goes to Lil, hey, Lil, you thought about what to get your brother? And the exchange between them is just so funny, like Angelica and Lil, because Angelica's like, hey, can you guess what your brother might want for Christmas? You got any ideas? And she's listing so many things off. And it got to this one part where she's like, a Reptar surfboard? And it's just the way she moved when she said that had me cracking up. Like, that's just one of the funniest exchanges. So Angelica ends up giving Lil a Reptar helmet. But that comes in exchange for something that Lil has. And you might be getting on to what they had to trade, right? But we'll touch back on that later. So all this is going on, and the parents are just like, specifically Chaz and Drew are just like, man, like Drew's like, man, Angelica was just so traumatized by that Santa thing, man. Like, she may never believe in Christmas again. She might not believe in Santa. What am I going to do? I want her to have that magic, have that experience of believing in Santa Claus during the holidays. Meanwhile, Chaz is just like, yo, when I was coming up, my Christmas wasn't shit anyway. But I just want my son to have something better than what I had. So what they end up doing is they just decide, all the grown-ups just decide that they're going to get a cabin, to go stay in the cabin, and celebrate Christmas in that cabin, right? So all this is happening. Grandpa Lou ends up telling the kids about Santa and that if you're bad, you'll get a lump of coal. This scares Angelica, who has a nightmare that she gets a lump of coal for Christmas. Then they all go to the cabin. The whole time they're at the cabin, Angelica's trying to make sure, not make sure, but Angelica's trying to reconcile for her wrongs so that she can be on the nice list instead of naughty list. She's kind of freaking out about it because she doesn't have an answer. She doesn't know how she's gonna, what's gonna happen to her on this list thing. Meanwhile, Tommy and Chucky are setting the trap for Santa. Drew and Chaz, they hired a Santa, but Chaz feels like he can just play Santa himself. And let me see, and Phil and Lil are just still, they're just wrapped up in Angelica's story. Of course, at the end, a lot of things work out. Blah blah blah. Check it out. It's a really cute ending, honestly. My thoughts on this special. I think it was good. Honestly, I think it's good. I haven't realized, and when I was watching this, I was thinking about it. I never really realized as a kid how funny the grown-ups were in Rugrats. Like, the grown-ups are really funny. Like, they really say a lot of funny things. They have a lot of interesting side plots and subplots that kind of lend themselves to what the babies are going through. And I've ended up liking what the adults have going on more than I like what the babies have going on. And some of the jokes some of the dialogue that the babies have is actually way more funnier as somebody who's able to look back on the show and having seen a lot of these episodes multiple times, and I'll go back and look at it, I was like, yo, I forgot how funny that was. So Rugrats, with them doing this Christmas special, it was very sweet. I will say it was very sweet. It doesn't do anything like, that's like game changing for the characters, but within this 22 minutes, you get so much. Like, I named like a dozen different plots off for you that happened in this one episode, and the fact that it's a two-parter really does. They take advantage of all 22 minutes of giving you a good holiday story, of giving you what each pairing of characters is going through, and gives them a beginning, middle, and end to their story. They do that very, very well. The Santa Claus portion of this is really fun. It's one of those things like where it ends and it's just like, oh, Santa is real, like one of those types of things. Let's see. I don't really have much else to say about it. It's enjoyable. It's one of the more, I guess you could say, one of the more nostalgic Christmas specials. I definitely enjoyed revisiting this. In terms of what I would rate it, I would give this special, I give it a 4 out of 5. It was good. It was enjoyable. Like I said, a lot of good laughs. And even though some of the stories that they go with, or some of the holiday themed storylines that they go with in this, have been done plenty of times before and plenty of times after, it's something about it being done with the Rugrats that just feels a little bit more fresh than it does with other properties that have done it. And I think that's just a testament to how strongly that show, the Rugrats, was written and produced, and and all that good stuff. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I have really left to say about this? No, you can check it out on Paramount Plus now, or on Prime. Well, no, Paramount Plus. Check it out on Paramount Plus. You have a Paramount Plus subscription. Like I said, season 2, episode 14, the Santa Experience. Definitely worth the watch, and definitely a great way to kick off the BrickWall Christmas special. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have. That's all I have for you guys. But thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff. And be back here next week where I will do another nostalgic special. I'm excited to do this one. I'm excited to revisit this one. And also tuned because Sunday we'll be talking some BrickWall holidays, and I'm also going to be doing a little bit of catch up on some films that I have to get around to. So it's an exciting time to be a subscriber to the channel at the very least. But that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I don't have anything clever to say. I usually have something clever to say, and I don't have anything clever to say today. I'm a little stumped. Like, now I'm sad. Well, be holly, stay jolly, and peace.